If you've ever been intimidated by self-custody or worried about losing access to your Bitcoin, this may just be the solution you've been looking for. Meet Bitkey, a new Bitcoin-only wallet from the team behind Square and Cash App. It was just named one of Times Magazine's best inventions, and it's designed to make Bitcoin storage safer, simpler, and way more user-friendly. Unlike most hardware wallets, Bitkey doesn't rely on a seed phrase. It instead uses a 3-key security system, one on your phone, one on the device, and one encrypted on the Bitkey servers. You only need 2 to access your Bitcoin, which means recovery is actually doable if something goes wrong. And in this video, we're going to walk you through exactly how to use Bitkey, including how it works and what makes it different from other wallets, and how the recovery system plays out in real life using a second device. Your hardware sign-in key is always protected within the device. It never leaves. This is only possible because Bitkey does not use seed phrases. For security, the key can never be exported and can only be used for signing by tapping it to the phone. That layer of separation is what makes Bitkey the best option for serious holders. And as you guys know, the golden rule of crypto: not your keys, not your coins. If someone else holds your Bitcoin, they control it. They can freeze your accounts, block withdrawals, or go under, and you're the one left with nothing. We've seen this time and time again with multiple exchanges, whether it's FTX, Celsius, etc. The list goes on. But luckily, we don't have to be victims, and Bitkey was designed to make that kind of ownership not only safer, but easier. So with that said, let's take a look at what makes Bitkey different from all the other wallets out there and why its approach to security stands out. Unlike most wallets on the market, Bitkey is focused entirely on Bitcoin. That singular focus allows for a more secure and streamlined experience without the distraction of vulnerabilities of supporting other assets. Its standout feature is a 3-part security model. Instead of relying on a 24 seed phrase, Bitkey splits control across 3 keys, one on your phone, one on the hardware device, and one encrypted in the cloud. You only need 2 to access your Bitcoin, so even if one gets lost, your funds are still safe. This setup makes recovery straightforward and stress-free. You don't have to write anything down or stash a backup phrase somewhere. It's all built into the system, simple, secure, and made for everyday people. Bitkey is also fully open source, meaning anyone can expect the software and firmware. That level of transparency builds real trust, especially for users serious and about self-custody. And even though the security model is advanced, the experience is approachable. The design is clean and intuitive, making it ideal for both newcomers and long-time Bitcoin holders. You get serious protection without the steep learning curve, and that's needed now more than ever in 2025 as the industry continues to grow and more people are getting involved. Now, this all sounds great, but what does it actually look like in practice? Well, let's take a deeper look and find out. So when you first get your device, you'll notice it's super minimal. It's compact, it has a USB-C port, and it's designed to do one thing really well: sign Bitcoin transactions offline. It stays physically disconnected from the internet and signs transactions over NFC by tapping your phone, exactly the same technology that credit cards and Apple Pay use. The setup starts with the Bitkey mobile app. You pair your hardware with your phone and secure it using your fingerprint or Face ID. From there, the app guides you through the rest. No complicated steps, just pair, secure, and you're in. Once you're set up, you can start adding funds. Bitkey connects with exchanges like Coinbase, Cash App, MoonPay, and even Robinhood, so it's super easy to move Bitcoin into the wallet. The app also helps you compare exchange rates, which is a nice bonus. Now let's say you lose your Bitkey device. It happens. In the app, you just go to the device settings and tap replace device. That starts the recovery process, but there is a built-in 7-day delay. This delay exists to protect you. For example, if someone else gets a hold of your phone and tries to take over your wallet, that waiting period gives you time to step in, get notified, and stop the recovery before anything can happen. During this time, you'll get alerts in 3 places: on email, text, and in the app. After those 7 days, you can use your second Bitkey device to recover the wallet. Just authenticate with your second device and you're good to go. Like mentioned before, the entire system runs on a 2 of 3 key model. Even if you lose your phone, your hardware, or access to the cloud, you still have 2 keys to recover your funds. And in the rare case that you lose both your phone and your hardware, then there's still a backup plan. Bitkey lets you set up a trusted contact, someone you choose ahead of time, who can help confirm your identity. However, they don't get access to your funds or your keys. What they do have is the ability to vouch for you and help prove that you're the rightful owner. It's simply an added safety net designed for extreme situations without giving anyone else control of your Bitcoin. Furthermore, behind the scenes, everything is end-to-end encrypted, including the cloud, which means that even Bitkey can't access your funds. The server key is just a safeguard, not a point of control. In a space where self-custody often feels like a balancing act between freedom and fear, Bitkey doesn't just tip the scale, it redefines it. Okay, so what makes Bitkey stand out from the rest? Well, I've been in the industry since 2017 and I've reviewed probably over 20 plus hardware and software wallets. And over those years, there's been a lot of promising contenders, but none of them really brought anything unique and truly revolutionary to the space, until I saw Bitkey. Bitkey is clearly built for the people, not just hardcore tech users. It gives you the peace of mind that your Bitcoin is safe without making you jump through hoops to secure it. One of the biggest game changers is the way it handles recovery. Not having to deal with outdated backup methods removes one of the biggest stress points in self-custody. It lowers the risk of user error and takes away the constant anxiety that one wrong move could cost you everything. And it's open source. Anyone can inspect the code and verify how it works. That kind of transparency is rare in this space and it builds trust. But what ultimately makes Bitkey different is that it simplifies something that traditionally has been way too complicated. Crypto security has a steep learning curve, and most wallets either overwhelm new users or lead them to sacrifice control for convenience. Bitkey doesn't force you to choose. It gives you true ownership of your Bitcoin in a way that actually is approachable. For people who value sovereignty but don't want to become full-time security experts, Bitkey makes owning Bitcoin feel human again. Overall, my thoughts on Bitkey is that it doesn't just make Bitcoin custody safer, it makes it make sense. It takes a system that's long been intimidating and turns it into something intuitive, resilient, and actually empowering, combining security, simplicity, and usability in a way that finally makes self-custody feel accessible. So, if you're ready to truly take ownership of your Bitcoin without the stress of a seed phrase, Bitkey is worth looking into. Furthermore, head over to bitkey.world or Amazon and even Best Buy to get your own Bitkey today, and consider using code DataDash10 for 10% off on your purchase. You can check out more on Bitkey with the link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next.